Ctěné dámy, vážení pánové, dovolte, abych vás co nejsrdečněji přivítal na našem odborném semináři společnosti MSD Animal Health. Dovolte také, abych mezi námi přivítal hosty, jednak z Maďarska. Jsou to pan doktor Petr Erdej, můj učitel, kolega a přítel, s panem doktorem Mékánem. Z Polska přijela kolegyně paní doktorka Danuta Furmanek, kterou taky vítám mezi námi. A také mezi námi vítám našeho nového generálního manažera, pana doktora Istvána Grofa, který je ředitelem subregionu Česká republika, Slovensko a Maďarsko. Než se pustím do dalšího programu, tak vás všechny poprosím, abyste zkontrolovali, zda máte vypnuté své mobilní telefony, po případě, jestli je máte v pohotovostním režimu. Také poprosím majitele pípacích hodinek, aby je vypnuli vždy v celou. A také vás poprosím, abyste případně zkontrolovali obsah svých tašek, které jste získali ve složce. Byste za poznámkovým blokem měli mít 2 formuláře. Jeden z nich se vás bude týkat během celého dnešního našeho semináře a je zatím trošku nečitelný, protože jsou zde akorát otázky, odpovědi A, B, C. Všechno se dovíte v průběhu semináře. Tento dotazník by měl být buď to v barvě zelenkavé nebo modravé, podle toho, jestli je v češtině nebo v angličtině. A také zde naleznete dotazník, který můžete odevzdat a vyplnit po skončení celé naší akce. Ten je žlutý. Takhle většinou začínají semináře na odborné téma. Já určitě nemám nic proti formalitě vůči nějakému protokolu, ale v následujících okamžicích je mým cílem a cílem i mých kolegů vytvořit zde přátelskou, sdílnou až rodinnou atmosféru. A v této atmosféře vám se budu pokoušet představit i naše prezentující, naše speakery, především hosta z Holandska, pana doktora inženýra Stibla Westendorpa, potom také pana doktora Petra Václavka a ve finále také pana doktora Davida Šenka. Já se přes tento úvod rychle dostanu již k první prezentaci, kterou má pan doktor Stibl Westendorp. Vás jenom poprosím, pokud budete mít jakékoliv dotazy, abyste je směřovali na mou osobu, případně na paní hostesku, kterou jste potkali při vstupu do restaurace, do sálu. A také vás poprosím, pokud budete potřebovat zajistit jakoukoliv urgentní záležitost, abyste opustili sál, případně nerušili své kolegy, kteří budou poslouchat. První přednášející, pan doktor Stibl Westendorp, jak jej možná ne všichni znáte. Během pauz se můžete zeptat, co tam vlastně v té vodě dělá a co našel a kde sehnal tak luxusní oděv. Jinak vám na něj musím prozradit, že je to člověk, který je nejenom výborným specialistou, ale člověkem, který se zajímá o prostředí kolem sebe jako takové, zajímá ho chování nejenom zvířat, ale také lidí. Měl bych vypíchnout to, co mě na něm, řekl bych, uchvacuje skoro nejvíc, je vedoucím velkého mužského pěveckého sboru, ve kterém také zpívá tenorový hlas. ti z vás, kteří se zdrží až do odpoledních hodin, budou mít možnost možná zakusit jeho umění. A kromě toho, že je specialistou pro drůbeží choroby jako takové, je také velkým milovníkem zájmového chovu různých ptáků. Na svém vlastní zahradě má nepřeberné množství druhů divoce žijících kachen, hus a jiného ptactva. Já bych mu rád tímto předal slovo a poprosil ho, aby uvedl svou přednášku.
Thank you. Okay, I have found out. Welcome. I like to be here, and I thank Martin for the invitation. I think this is a great risk to speak to you, but I know you are professionals. But maybe I have something to tell you didn't know, so let's try. I am veterinarian. I have in practice, you can read, I train students and I train colleagues. I give courses and workshops. I'm a member of the Commission for Monitoring Poultry Diseases. And so as Martin told you, I'm the chair of a group of hobby keeping poultry. And in daytime, I find myself in the car, in the truck, and one of my assistants will drive. So I have time. There's two of my sisters. On the left side, Monique, and on the right side is Helgrid, my beautiful wife. So I find myself sitting in the car, and because I don't have to drive, I can make my bills, I can make my presentations, I write my stories. So I have not billable hours, you know? That's the way I can work. Okay. If you want to know more about me, you have to ask me or my wife. She's sitting there, over there, behind the post. I will speak with you about Enterococcus cecorum. And the problem is, I don't know so much about Enterococcus cecorum, but it is interactive, so we can discuss, but I have some findings. Broilers. At the age of 14 days, we find a lameness. And the lameness is by lameness in the hook. That is one sign. You see here a red hook, it is a little bit swollen. And when you do the post-mortem examination, you see on the surface blood on the surface and blood in the surface fat. Not often, just rarely, you see white spots in the muscles, and you see also white spots in the liver. There, when you do histologic investigation, you don't find bacteria in it. It's just a kind of necrosis. What you see, oh no, I don't have that. What you see is lameness. You see pericarditis. Maybe you can go on to translate. Okay. And what you see when you are in the broiler house, what you see the start at 14 days, but when they get older, you got around 4 weeks. You have a pointer on it, Martin? The red one. Okay, thank you. And you see, they walk unsteady with the wings, so do the need. They crawl away. And you see, and that is typical, they find each other. Because they look for a kind of shelter. They can't find it at the feeding bins. But the big ones will be feed, yes. But they look for each other. This is a normal shape of a normal heart. Yes. And the pericard is just clear. But when you have an infection with Enterococcus cecorum, you can see a kind of pericarditis. And it is not the same face you have by an E. coli pericarditis. It is just the fine stuff on it, and it has a really dry aspect. And when you kill the bird for post-mortem examination, you often see bleedings on the surface of the heart. Another example. And sometimes you see it is so chronical, it looks like an E. coli infection. And when you open the hinge, you can see inflammation and hemorrhagic inflammation. And notice, when you cut into the bone, you see there's getting holes in it. And I call it melting ice. Another example, look at it. This look good. You see the holes. And the bone easy will break. This is a normal situation, and you see the difference. This just easy and nicely closed, a nice surface. You understand? And you can compare. You see the difference. And the way why happened that, I try to explain. Maybe this a neoplastic osteoporosis or a resorptive osteoporosis, and we see always an osteomyelitis. And when we cut the bones of the back, we have a normal situation with the spinal cord, and you see here the space between the sixth backbone. There's a little bit room, and you can move it over there, but that's normal. And when you have by many kinds of infections, okay, let's show this one first. This is the way the birds move. They just move backwards. They have reflex, but they can't walk. It looks similar like when you drink too much Slivovitz. And why happened? Because there is a hernia. That's the first part of the problem. The second problem is enduring by an infection, and this time Enterococcus cecorum. But this situation you can have by many infections, also E. coli, fungi, etc., etc. Okay. I think, why is the bone so soft? You know, osteoclast are the conglomerate, a combination of macrophage. And the macrophage and the osteoclast, by the infection of enterococcus is very immune stimulating. Yeah, you get a lot of activity of the macrophage. You get also a stronger activity of the osteoclast, and you have more activity of your osteoclast than you have the activity of the osteoblast. And so there is a disbalance, and there is just the bone is going away. And you see they're eating holes in it. I think a nice picture. It looks strong anymore. And then I have a kind of investigation. It is a simple way, but I can do it in my car. In my car I have this, that my truck is a riding laboratory. So I do all the things in my car at the farm. So I lose no time in my investigation. And I put the samples, I put in broad. And within a couple hours, 6 till 12 hours, when it is gray-white, I think it would be E. coli. And I figure out later on. But when it is just a slightly gray, it is slow growing. And I took the samples out of the bone, yes. It is slow growing. Then I think I expect enterococcus. That one is clear and that one is clear. There's nothing growing. And when I culture, and that's special for the Enterococcus secorum, you have to culture them by a higher carbon oxide level than you need for other kind of streptococcus and enterococcus. Dus by a higher level of carbon oxide, you culture about 20 hours, and then you see a better hemolytic situation and a typical smell. And we have a good nose, you can make the difference. You want to translate, please? So, what I see is the poultry have lameness. You see problems about 4 till 14 days, but later on we find for the age of 4 weeks. Yes. Yes, and what we do, what the plan when we have the problem into our poultry house, we have fully cleaning the house, and we have to disinfect the house. Yes. We have cleaning the drinking lines, the drinking pipes. Yes. We have to put new straw in it, new litter, yes. And you can use antibiotics when you have the hatch chicken you get in your house. You can use antibiotics, but the way it works, that's not always similar, and it wouldn't work every time. So we have a really hard job. Okay, that was about Enterococcus cecorum. And maybe there are questions, I hear it later on. And now I will start with the Enterococcus heriae. You see, in 2004, we found the endocarditis by Enterococcus heriae for the first time in the Netherlands. And maybe I was lucky. I was the one who found it. Or I was not lucky, maybe. No, I don't know what I wrote here. So maybe the translator will translate it. So I don't remember. It is at the age of 9 till 22 days. It is mostly are the best ones. And rarely you see meningitis. Meningitis. Okay, and what we see they're laying on the back and looking like flip overs. And poorly, always the best one laying on the back, dead. But also we find smaller ones. They are lame on one leg. And when you feel on the legs, that one is cold. And the other one feel warm. And that's just so typical that you have the problem in houses with where the broilers will good grow, where they have a fast growing situation. And with the broiler who died is 36% died by endocarditis. I can find, but maybe there are more. They died by the endocarditis, by endocarditis or thrombophlebitis of thrombi in the arteriae, but we can't find. And the normal situation in our country is that we have a maximum of 3.6 died broilers in the whole growing period. Mostly it is lower, yes, but when we have this problem, it will raise till 8%. And now the post-mortem signs. When you see a normal heart, you see the triangle form, but you see here in this surveys there's some rounding in it. And you see it special by the endocarditis in the right atrioventricular valve. You can see here. This is another example. You see the surface. This just typical for an endocarditis in the right part of the heart. You see, it is wonderful that the broiler still is alive, that I have to kill him. Or he died just, but I'm not jealous about it. But when you have it on the left side, you see the triangle is away. It is just a round heart, without moving in it. And when we open it, you see on the right side, or on the left side, the troubles in the valve. And when you do histopathologic investigation, you can see the thrombi, that's the valve. You can see the thrombi. You can see small enterococci on the inside. It is hard to see. And there are layers of thrombi around it. And so I told you, not only you find the problems in the heart, you find also in the blood vessels, in the arteria ischioticus, on one side, rarely both sides, then you see it is a bit darker, red, and the blood is not going through. It feels cold. And you here, when I open a blood vessel, you can see the thrombi in the arteria ischioticus. Dat is dat vingerspitsengevoel. And we find also thrombi in the lungs. And we find even thrombi in the lungs, if we find thrombi in the heart. You can see this on the right side, left side, and on the left side, right side, and in the blood vessels. And now you see that compare. And sometimes you find it on other places. Yeah, and when you do an electrophoresis investigation to look if there is kind of combination of a relative, we find not an easy way. You don't find between the farms a connection. You don't find connection between hatchery and farm. The only thing we find is a relation between the enterococci types on the same farm. And there is no one type, but there are more of them. And I think we don't know, not yet everything of this.